but at Phil Long Ford in Motor City, American value still means something. Colorado's best season, Phil Long's biggest discounts of the year, 0% financing, no payments for 90 days. And I'll throw $1,000 towards your down payment. Plus, get a complimentary 2-year premium maintenance plan.
That's the Phil Long way.
We'll beat any deal by $750, and we'll prove it. Only at the original Ford store in Motor City.
Hey crew, you are on Peaks to Plains weather. It is 6:20 here this Wednesday evening, and we've got some storms around. I am Matt Meister. If you'd like to come on and share how much rain you've had, maybe talk about your drive home. If you're away from these storms and you have a look at them and you'd like to participate in our weather together, you can come on with these looks here. These are just web browser addresses you can put into your phone, into your computer, sitting at the desktop there. Give your microphone and camera permission, and you can come on here on Peaks to Plains weather. So I'm going to leave those up for a little bit. We'll bring them back in here in just a sec. I want to start off with a look at what's happening across the area on some of our cameras. We've had some rain moving through parts of the Colorado Springs area. You can see here at Broadmoor, looking off to the southwest where the storms moved into town first. The temperature has dropped to 72. Wind is out of the southwest at 12 behind the storms. Falcon, we're getting some rain, some ponding of the water there on Highway 24. Woodland Park, we've had some rain, and we're down to 58 degrees. And in Pueblo West, it's still 93. It's a stormy looking sky, and we're hearing thunder from time to time. Haven't had any rain as of yet. Let's jump into Tamco Live Radar and show you where the storms are strongest currently. It's off to the northeast of Colorado Springs, across Black Forest, northern parts of the Falcon area around Meridian Ranch, on Highway 24 toward Peyton, out toward Calhan, with a slow-moving little line of storms that is heading off to the north at only about 10 miles per hour. There are also some storms off to the northeast. We've had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings on Interstate 70 off to the east of Lyman for some wind gusts around 60 miles per hour. But one of the main things I wanted to talk about here was look at how much rain is falling with these storms. And this is a loop here of radar estimated rain over a 3-hour chunk. And I'm going to stop this loop and I want to zoom in on it because some of us are catching some rain around or maybe a little bit over an inch in diameter. So where the storms have already been and where they have been stronger, I want to look at some of the brighter greens that you can see here. And we're estimating on the northern part of Fort Carson up over an inch of rain. Also parts of the southwestern flank of Pikes Peak getting over an inch of rain as well. So as these storms keep moving off to the north here, we expect ½ inch to maybe an inch of rain in some spots, because we have transitioned the monsoon plume eastward over the last 24 hours, and we've got southwest to northeast moving flow. Notice, though, 18 hours ago, things were going from the southeast to the northwest, and it's been real cool to watch this because early this morning, things were moving south to north already, and then as we hit about 9 o'clock in the morning, the clouds and the couple of showers and eventually the thunderstorms that we've seen develop have been moving from southwest to northeast. So that's the shifting monsoon, but there's something else that's at play here. We've got dew point temperatures up across northeastern Colorado and out near the Colorado-Kansas line at and above 60, which is really, really high. Those are going to move south this evening as a cold front comes into the area. That's going to keep some storms going into the early morning hours of our Thursday. So you can join live, like we've got my buddy Jim Martin here. He is live with us this afternoon. Jim, give me a breakdown of what's happening on the southwest side of Colorado Springs where you are, my friend.
What is this mysterious stuff falling from the skies?
I think we call it rain, Jim.
It's delightful.
Isn't it
and
nice?
I just got my...
Go ahead.
I just got my new rain gauge installed during this dry patch, so hopefully it'll work better.
Well, what have you measured? Don't walk away from it. We got to check and see what you've got.
I've got nothing right now. That's not true. I've got Can you see that at the bottom there? My little red disc is up one notch. So
Like a tenth
what
of
is
an
that?
inch. I'm
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. There's
Nice.
10 of them. So
Well, there you
you're
go.
good.
Jim's got a tenth of an inch in the new rain gauge. Does it match
There you
what the
go.
old rain gauges are doing?
Uh, no, they're so small. Actually, this one's got a half an inch. So that hasn't been dumped in a while. So, but we'll see.
Well, Jim, this is what we call amateur weather watching right there. I mean, you're not even ready
Absolutely.
for the
Absolutely.
storms. That is funny. Thanks for checking in, Jimbo. I appreciate it. If you would like to come on and give a report like Jim, maybe you dumped your rain gauge out ahead of time, you can come on here and do so. And we'd love to have you. I just love hanging out with you. I do want to talk about what happens for the rest of the night, though. Before I do that, I'm going to turn on our chat features here on social media so that you guys can let me know what you are seeing here. And I'll pull up so we can check out what you guys are saying. Marty's checking in and saying we've got rain very good at Dublin and Flint Ridge in Colorado Springs. Marty, thanks for that. Green Bay Barb is lamenting how cruel it can be sometimes, smelling the rain but not getting any. It's like someone cooking burgers on the grill. You know, I'm supposed to go to a pool party tonight for the HOA, and they're supposed to have some barbecue. I think it's supposed to start at 7 o'clock. I'm not sure that's happening. Hopefully it goes off to the north and we can get that in here. Kristen says we got smashed with water, small hail near Falcon High School. It's already clearing out, though. And Melissa says, unfortunately, in Fountain where she is, she's not getting much, but it is at least cooling off. And yeah, that's, you know, a way to be positive there. If you aren't seeing anything that is, you know, of note. Like Jim had. All right, let me take you here through the evening because I want to show you what to expect. So let me take off the live bug there and show you that Skycast has a pretty decent handle on what's happening right now. It's got the storms over the Pikes Peak region. It's underdoing things a little bit, both in intensity and coverage, especially up across northeastern Colorado, but it has the right idea here. There's more lift that is coming up from the southwest, and there's lots of moisture around on the western slope and in the high mountains as well. But we've got a cold front coming in from the north here during the evening. And that front coming in from the north is going to increase the dew points. And so as this southwest flow runs over the top of that, it's going to keep some thunderstorms going, I think, until the early morning hours of Thursday. And I think Skycast is underdoing this a little bit. Maybe in terms of the coverage and the intensity, once we move past midnight. I think we have some stuff lingering around until maybe sunrise in some cases. It'll be weaker than what it is for the next 3 to 5 hours, but it is something to be aware of here. And then as we move into Thursday, crew, I have more storms in the forecast because as we look off to the southwest here, we're getting a good rumble of thunder now at Casa de Meister, and I'm excited about that. We've got this high off to the southeast here, and there's a wave in the atmosphere that is around Salt Lake City. And you can see the wave in the little bump in the black lines here. This is what we call a short wave. It's going to ride over the top of this ridge as we head into tomorrow and bring us a continued, in fact, better coverage of thunderstorms on Thursday. So our high temperatures tomorrow are still going to be hot, especially in the southeastern corner of the state, but not as many folks are going to hit 100 as we had today. We'll drop the temperatures over the mountains. We're going to drop temperatures over northeast Colorado behind this front. The front's going to kind of hang up on the Arkansas River, maybe a little bit south of there. But watch what happens with the storms tomorrow. They're going to move really, really slow. And as we move through the back part of the day, storms are possible anywhere. So if you are missing today, Barb, or anybody else, Melissa in Fountain, tomorrow might be a day where you catch some. And they will move slow. So a nice 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain is possible with any of the storms that we have around tomorrow. And we'll keep an eye on the Aspen Acres burn scar. One of the things I'm concerned about tomorrow is the low level moisture pushing up against the hills. and then the sort of southwest flow aloft, those two things meeting up against the eastern slopes could be bad news for the Aspen Acres fire. We'd love to get the water. We want the water, but bad news in the sense of debris flows and flash flooding that we're going to be dealing with for a while. And like tonight, things are going to last probably into the early morning hours of Friday. We will be drier on Friday behind this wave that's moving through today. So to get you set for tomorrow, a flash flood watch up for the Aspen Acres fire. Here is where the fire is currently located, the latest perimeter from it. You see southwestern Pueblo County, eastern Custer County, and maybe some northern parts of Huerfano County that we'll have to pay attention to. Here's what we've got now. There are some storms off to the southwest of the fire, and we have already today had a flash flood warning for the fire. There was a storm that was getting a little bit intense and instantly collapsed. I didn't see any reports of anything significant happening, and that's certainly good news. But back to the south here, coming over the Sangre de Cristos right now, moving up across Gardner on Highway 69. We do have some storms that are going to make a run at the Aspen Acres fire. And so I want to show you what I've done in preparation for tomorrow, for the days and weeks and months ahead. I spent several hours doing this today, and I want to zoom in on the burn area because I have all of the little creeks and streams here into our weather system, so that as we look at where it's raining heavily right now, like we're getting some decent rain up on Greenhorn Creek off to the west of Rye. This is to the south of the burn, so that's good news. But some of these other creeks are going to see rain picking up here. Muddy Creek, there are several fingers in the higher terrain that then come together into Muddy Creek. And so we can go all the way through the burn scar here to let you know with detail which areas are going to be impacted by maybe debris flows coming down them, and then some of the larger creeks and rivers coming out of here, like Muddy Creek, St. Charles River, Hardscrabble, all of that. So we are ready for this here at Peaks to Plains Weather, and it's one of the ways we are going to take care of you and your family. If we get flash flood warnings for these areas, we'll give you a digital shoulder tap and let you know. And I'm concerned about it because a lot of us are back home, which is great news, but we've got crews in there doing restoration work, doing cleanup work. So even those of us that lost our homes now have to deal with the threat of flash flooding while we're trying to do cleanup and move on with our lives. So, it's just kind of is another layer to have to deal with this tragedy from the Aspen Acres fire. Let's see. My daughter sent me a video showing some water coming into the lobby at our church near Austin Bluffs and Academy because there was so much water in the parking lot. That's not good news, but that is an indication of how much water we've been getting. And Lanny is measuring in Woodland Park, has a half inch. So that is good news. Oak Creek grade outside of Canyon City in the mountains is getting a nice steady rain. That's what Barbara's checking in with. And so, everybody's excited about the rain that we're getting, but we're going to keep an eye here on the Aspen Acres fire. Now, the other thing I want you to watch is see this little outflow boundary coming in from the east here across Crowley County this afternoon, this little thin line. That's like a mini cold front. That could provide some lift. There's another one that is moving out of El Paso County. That's a really good thin line right there. When those two things meet, we may get some new thunderstorms to develop off to the northeast of Pueblo, off to the north of Avondale and Boone. That's something we'll watch over the next half hour. So there's lots going on here, and we are always watching out for outflow boundaries in Colorado, part of our climatology here. So if there's anything you need to know, any questions you have here over the next little bit, I'm going to hang out. Denise says one question that she has about why don't they agitate the burn scar surface enough for some absorption? Well, given the acreage of the fire, it's a really good question, Denise. That would be just very hard, time-consuming work. It's in really challenging terrain. Some of it, you wouldn't really be able to do that, and it's just not realistic. The cost of it is just not something that I think as taxpayers, given that's who is paying for, all of that work, we just don't have the resources to do it. Good idea. Dorothy says, thanks, Matt, for the updates about that. And Marilyn says, my heart goes out to these families. Thanks, Matt, for the updates. Scott checked in with Falcon, has over 1/3 of an inch, and is checking in with that report. We've got somebody else who is calling in this afternoon. Let's see who we've got. Where are you, sir? And what are you seeing?
I'm in Briargate.
And what's your name?
Michael Vester.
Michael, thanks for checking in with us here on Peaks to Plains Weather. Did you get some decent rain where you are, or did it kind of scoot around you a little bit?
No, we got decent rain and a lot of thunder and lightning, so that's good. It's what we need.
How long did it last where you are?
It's still going right now, actually.
Can you turn your camera around? Let us see what's happening. Looks like you're on the porch there. You can just physically turn it is how you have to do it with.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, not as heavy as it was earlier, I assume, right?
No, yeah, and yeah, we're in Windjammer, so it was definitely coming down for about 20 minutes, I want to say, but it's kind of let up for now, but no, we'll take all we can get.
Nice. That's right. Well, and I tell you what, water from the sky goes a lot better on the lawn than water out of the hose, right? Have you ever experienced that?
For sure.
There's more nutrients in it and that sort of thing, so it's just better all the way around. For
sure.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in this afternoon. I appreciate that. In fact, we're moving into the evening now. So, we'll take another look here at the radar before we kind of get you on the way. But I don't think we're done tonight. And we will keep an eye on the Aspen Acres fire, like I said. So let me show you a little widened out view here, and we'll check out Tamco Live Radar one more time. And you can see that we've got the strongest cluster of storms from northeastern El Paso County out across Interstate 70 here, where there are no severe thunderstorms currently on the interstate. There is one just to the north of there. It's not for hail or anything like that. It's for gusty wind around 60 miles per hour. But you get back into El Paso County, this is just good old-fashioned rain behind the cluster of storms that move through. That's what Jim was in. That's what everybody else is dealing with. And then we've got these storms that are approaching the Aspen Acres fire. It's raining in the sand dunes right now. Probably not getting rain all the way down to the ground in Alamosa, but we'll hope that we get at least a little bit. But there is some lift back here over the mountains that still has to rotate across the area through the evening. So everything's kind of still moving from southwest to northeast. Look at this outflow that came from some storms earlier way out here across the plains and is moving westward right now. Look at that thing. It's firing up some storms, and then those storms get away from the lift of the outflow boundary, and they've been collapsing. So we'll see what happens as we start getting that to interact up against the hills here, but we've got this outflow from these storms in El Paso County. We'll watch northeastern Pueblo County here for a little bit. Crew, you can get the forecast in detail for where you are anytime you want it, for every little nook and cranny of southern Colorado, 24 hours a day. It's the most useful, detailed, and accurate forecast around from the most experienced weather team. It Peaks to Plains Weather, our weather together. While I've got you here, I want to let you know on Friday, City of Colorado Springs is hosting Music in the Park. The Sofa Killers are going to be at Pinion Valley Park on the northwest side of Colorado Springs. I'll be out there with the Peaks to Plains weather tent. We're going to set up a green screen so you can try to do weather. Big kids, little kids can do that. You can download the app. We'll help you with any settings in the app. Some of you are having a hard time trying to figure out how to turn off some of the audio alerts that occasionally come. I can help you with that. I can show you how to customize it because it's such a rich tool for you that I want to make sure you're getting everything we've put in there for you. So I'd love to see you. Shake your hand, take a picture, come out and see us again. It's Pinion Valley Park on Friday. Sofa Killers will be out there. The music's from 6:30 to 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, 8 or 8:30. I don't, it's probably 8 o'clock. Either way, when the music's done, you know it's time to go, right? All right, that is it for this live update here on Peaks to Plains Weather. Have a good evening. I appreciate you stopping by, and tell your friends about Peaks to Plains Weather. Mary, Rachel, and I would appreciate it.
I'm Kathleen. Catherine.
And I'm Dewey, here with another WaterWise tip.
During summer, do you know why we water up to 3 days a week?
To make the best use of me.
Exactly. It builds deeper, stronger roots and makes your lawn more resilient.
Also, use the cycle and soak method. Try shorter cycles with breaks in between to reduce runoff.
And in spring or fall, you can water 1 or 2 days per week. Be water wise and your lawn will thrive.
Now that's WaterWise. Learn more at csu.org/waterwise.